I'm overplaying it cool. 2024 is the year of not being cool. Okay, I'm not a chill girl. I'm not chill. Okay, maybe in the room with friends, I'm chill. But I'm not chill. I'm not normal. I'm not playing it cool anymore. I'm really over that. After the second day, you're not sending me a poem and it's like a haiku of like how you want to wear my skin to bed. I don't really want it. I'm done with the games. I don't want to be waiting to text him back. He's waiting to text me back. 2 more minutes and then it's an hour. I don't want to do that. I want 28 missed calls. Do you really want to talk to me? Do you really want to see me? How bad do you want to see me? Then show me. I need you to be on my roof. I want you to swindle my doorman and be like, package, and I open the door and it's you naked with the USPS box. I don't want to play it cool anymore. I don't want the games. If you like me, write it in blood.
There is something hilarious about the modern woman who engages in hookup culture. She goes out here, she sees all of these random men, who then turns around and tries to say, I'm sick of the games. I want a boyfriend. I want you to show me that you like me. I just want a man to commit to me. And then little do they realize that all of the men that they're dating don't want to. They don't want to have a relationship with you. They don't want to wipe you up. They don't want to take you seriously. And there are so many modern women like this, guys, to the point where the internet is absolutely flooded with them, and it is absolutely hilarious. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, we are going to be covering this woman right here. I'll show her in a second, who has made a series of TikTok videos, and she's basically complaining about hookup culture, right? Men not committing to her. She's out here having a real hard time trying to get commitment from a man. So we're going to be jumping into this. Guys, don't forget to go and subscribe to Ministry of Masculinity. He sent me today's video clips for us to cringe at. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the pinned comment. So without further ado, let's take a listen to what this woman has to complain about. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
The sad reality when you finally realize that he's not a man, he's just a boy. I was rooting for you. I was like, oh, this is a man. He's like older than me, like definitely has his stuff together. Nah, he's just a boy. He's just like got out of nursery school early or something, but he's just a boy.
Straight to the shaming language. This is modern women's weapon number one of choice. So when they don't get what they want. When the man doesn't commit, when the man doesn't give her a relationship, the first thing that we resort to is trying to shame him, right? And all of these same women, it's funny because they usually comment about his body and things like this as well. These are the same women who complain about body shaming, mind you. But, you know, say he's just a boy, he's not a real man, all of this kind of crap when a man doesn't want to commit. If a woman doesn't want to commit to a dude, oh, she's strong and empowered. But if a man doesn't want to commit to a woman, he's a little boy. Hilarious how that works, isn't it?
And it's like, you can't even be mad at them because you wouldn't be mad at a toddler because he couldn't make a resi because they're just boys. They're just like a child. It's like a man boy. It's like a man child, baby boy, full diaper, tantrum, Fisher Price ass type of behavior.
I wonder if these women, scratch that, they probably do think that they are funny when they make these videos. I think this woman tries to make these videos, and this is a gimmick where she thinks that it's funny, she thinks that it's quirky, but all that it does, at least in my mind, is it makes her look bad. The man didn't commit to you at the end of the day. You lost. Where's the ring? Where's the, you've got none of it to show for it.
You know, just a boy with the training wheels on and no chance of them coming off anytime soon. I'm like using all the strength in my body right now not to text him. Why am I like this? Like I deleted his number yesterday because I was like, I can't do this. I just don't even, out of sight, out of mind, monkey see, monkey do. I can't.
You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that you're the one who lost here. Okay, he clearly doesn't give a crap. These men who, because I guarantee you this isn't the first time that this has happened to this woman, okay? These men, they don't want to date you. Okay, you're the one who wants to date them. So she's sitting here, she's complaining, she's saying, oh, he's a little boy, he's this, he's that. And yet she's the one who's sitting here trying not to text him, trying not to hit him up. And this is how the top percentage of men have it in dating, guys. right? All of the women flock to a very small percentage of men. And it doesn't matter if the man doesn't commit. It doesn't matter if he tells her a bunch of nonsense that makes no sense. You know, oh, I'd love to commit to you one day, but blah, blah, blah. And all of these things that men get really vague about. It's all just code for, I don't want to commit to you. That's all that it means. But those women still go back to those same men. As much as they complain about it, as much as they cry about it. In fact, guys, there probably has to be a correlation between how much a woman cries and complains about a man and how much she ends up in his bedroom. There's probably a very strong correlation there. Right? If the woman isn't crying over the dude, she probably hasn't been in his bed very often. Because that's what happens in this hookup culture nonsense, is every time you have these women making TikToks complaining about the dudes, you can guarantee she's been over to his house recently. That's why she's crying and complaining, because she can't get the ring. She can't get the relationship out of him, despite the fact that he's a quote-unquote little boy, apparently.
I can't do it. I don't know what attachment style I have, but I just know it is the bad one.
I'm overplaying it cool, okay? 2024 is the year of not being cool, okay? I'm not a chill girl. Like, I'm not chill, okay? Maybe in, like, a room with friends, I'm like, yo, I'm chill. But I'm not chill. I'm not normal. I'm not playing it cool anymore.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't think that this woman was chill in the first place. Right? She's clearly not very level-headed. Look, interestingly enough, the entire time, I want you guys to pay attention to this. The entire time this woman is sitting here making this video, by the way, she's smiling, right? She's thinking about him. She can't get him, this particular man that she's thinking about, out of her head, right? She wants the relationship from him. And this is the thing about these videos, is women will always try and sell you like they're in the buyer position, right? The man should make it up to them. The man is the one who's lucky to be in her presence, and he should plan the dates simply because he's the man and things like this. And they always try and convince you that they're in the buying position. I have seen single mothers do this. I have seen divorced women do this. I have seen dating coaches who have been with an insane amount of men before try and do this. They always try and position it like they're the ones who have the position of power. But if you look at the situation is that the men that they want don't want anything to do with them, right? Just a bit of fun, and then it's back to, I'm not really going to text you, I'm not really going to talk to you. And the women are the ones who have to reach out. This is why you have a very inflated number, because you've probably seen these dating coaches and stuff, but they have a very inflated number of women are saying now that they're the ones reaching out. Yeah, because the men that they want don't reach out to them. They don't care. You know what the men do who get all of this attention from women? They just post an Instagram story and then the women slide into their DMs. That's what happens.
I'm not playing it cool anymore. I'm really over that. Like, after the second day, you're not sending me a poem and it's like a haiku of how you want to wear my skin to bed. I don't really want it, you know? I'm done with the games. I don't want to be waiting to text him back. He's waiting to text me back 2 more minutes and then it's an hour. I don't want to do that. I want 28 missed calls. Do you really want to talk to me? Do you really want to see me? How bad do you want to see me?
Again, this is another instance of modern women having no idea what the hell they want. If you have a woman that you like, guys, and you want to lose her, try texting her this much. Try giving her this much attention. Because the problem is, modern women get so much attention that they don't value it anymore. Typically, they don't value chivalry. They don't value the messaging. This is not how you get a woman to like you. But this is what they try and sell you, right? Is that men have to go out here. We have to message you all of this time. We have to do all of this nonsense. When they actually show you that the opposite is true. They show you that if you don't, if she's attracted to you, she's going to message you. She's going to make things happen. Right? I think men are sold a complete and utter lie when it comes to this stuff. Women will get on here and they'll say, oh yeah, I just want so much attention. I want this, I want that. And then you listen to the men that they're dating, and these men don't give them any of that. And yet they're the most successful ones. Funny how that works. Really interesting.
Then show me. I need you to be on my roof. I want you to swindle my doorman and be like, package, and I open the door and it's you naked with the USPS box. I don't want to play it cool anymore. I don't want the games. If you like me, write it in blood, okay? If you like me, buy me a house, all right? Like, I'm over this. I'm just like, I'm not doing it, okay? I'm not playing games anymore. And if I do, it's only okay when I do it.
Guys will come up with the craziest excuses not to date a girl. Tell me why. My guy friend was telling me the other day about this girl that he's been talking to for months. She is a doll. I've met her. His grandpa's met her. The neighbors love her. Like, things have been going well. It seems it's progressing, but he's still actively like seeing other girls and like dating around. And I'm
Rule number one, whenever a woman says that she's talking about her friend, she is actually talking about herself. So just bear that in mind whenever you hear these stories, because they'll sit here and they'll say, yeah, my friend did this and my friend did that, and she was talking to this guy and he said this and he said that. But at the end of the day, they're just recounting their exact situation that they're in. So it sounds like she's met the grandmother or something, she's met some people, things are progressing, but for some reason he just keeps seeing other women, and I'm frustrated about it. And again, I want you guys to notice how she still sticks around, right? Despite the fact that she's crying about this, she's complaining about it, she's making TikToks, she's doing all of this nonsense, she is still sticking around. Because a lot of women would rather be with one dude who has a bunch of women than to be with like a guy who they consider to be a loser or who they consider to not be attractive.
just like, why don't you date her? And he's like, I really like her, but like, I can't have a girlfriend right now because I'm traveling this summer. Okay. Is she gonna eat your passport? Like, what do you mean that you're taking a plane so you can't have a girlfriend? As if she's TSA and gonna be like, no traveling? Like, what? He literally was like, no, I can't because like I'm traveling, you know? I'm like, you're going on a family vacation to Punta Cana. What's gonna happen? I think you should have a girlfriend in that scenario. He's just like, no, I'm traveling. I'm doing me this summer. Connecticut, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Like, okay, what do you think's gonna happen there? You think in the Poconos you're gonna get Dome and a Krispy Kreme parking lot? Like, you think you're gonna get a lap dance in 7-Eleven and you're like, thank God I don't have a girlfriend? Like, what is happening?
Again, I don't know, like, does this woman think that she's funny or something? Do these, like, you know, she's making these as though they're skits and she's laughing and she's smiling the whole time. Me personally, I don't find it funny at all. Maybe you guys let me know down in the comments box down below. Okay, but she says, what is happening? This man doesn't want a girlfriend. Yeah, he doesn't want to date you. He doesn't want to take you seriously. Women will make any kind of excuse and they will stick around with that guy if she will find him attractive. Okay, he wants to go over here and he's going to go have fun with other women despite the fact that you believe that, oh, it's not going to happen. But he's going to make it happen. He's probably going to go over here. He's probably going to see other women and he doesn't want to take you seriously. And to be honest, this woman sounds absolutely psychotic. Like, I can't blame the men in these situations, by the way, for not wanting to commit to these modern women. I can't sit to the guy and go, hey man, you're making a mistake here. She's for sure a keeper. Because every time I see these videos, these women are certainly not keepers. These are people who you actively want to keep out of your life, if anything.
Oh my God, I wish I was a man.
You know when a guy actually tells you how they feel about you and you're like, you're lying. You have to be lying. Where are the cameras? Is this the Truman Show? Because no guy has ever like verbally expressed his feelings and it's like been true, you know. The other week some guy kind of like poured his heart out to me and I was like, oh my God, like this is so sweet, like, you know, I feel similar. And we had this whole thing. We haven't spoken since. We have not spoken since. And I'm probably gonna see him soon. He's gonna be like, well, yeah, like the feelings were just too much, but like I still like you. And I'm like, what? I don't, God, people say women are complicated, but like explain that. Explain why I had to lift this man up from being on one knee and he hasn't said boo since. And he was like, I was just like giving you space. What? What does that mean?
Again, for every time this woman has a question, the answer is the exact same. It's not like it changes. But what the man means when he says this is that he's not interested in dating you. I think it comes as a real shock to a lot of modern women because they seem really surprised. You know, they get on here, they make these TikTok videos and they're so clueless about the situation because the problem is every single dude goes out there and gives these women attention. And the one that doesn't give them attention, you know, it's this big shock thing. It's like, you're the man. You're supposed to have a relationship with me. You're not supposed to say no. And back in the day, guys, things maybe like would have gone a bit different, right? Maybe you would have been traditional back in the day and you could have gotten this relationship. But in modern women's current form, they are out here struggling to get relationships from men. And it's really obvious why to everybody except themselves. Okay, because I guarantee you, every single one of these women making these videos, they'll sit here and go, yeah, you know, I want to get married one day, or I want something serious, but they're losing the battle. I don't see any rings. All I see is complaints. I don't see any husbands. I don't see any long-term boyfriends. All I see are these TikTok videos where you have women who are drastically unsuccessful in dating. And let me really emphasize this, guys, okay? Even in modern women's current form, where they're not traditional at all, and they go out here, they lie, they cheat, right? All of this sort of thing. It's still not hard for them to date. Like, let's not get it twisted, okay? This is not a difficult activity for modern women to be doing, and yet they all manage to screw it up because they refuse to lower their standards. And every woman will tell you, well, my standards are realistic. Your standards are realistic for the attractive men, okay? They're not actually realistic. You have a height requirement, you have an attractiveness level requirement. For long-term relationships, you definitely have a monetary requirement, you have an assets requirement. Okay, but these are all invisible because, you know, you just want those guys who have all of those things. You want that guy to take you out on a date.
You said that you want to live in my vaginal canal. You want to live in my anal cavity. Now suddenly you need to give me space? Like, just because I said, like, I like you too? Like, what? I will never love again.
Okay, one thing I think is really funny about when you're going into college as a freshman is how
Right, so this is, holy hell, this woman is talking faster than me when I come on these videos with caffeine. That is crazy. So we've ended this woman's saga here, the one who can't get a relationship. Again, she treats these like they're comedy skits, but I don't see how they're funny at all. But now we have this woman here, and we're going to wrap up today's episode with this woman here. And this ties back into the first video because this woman explains what hookup culture is really like. And it's absolutely disgusting. I actually listened to this one ahead of time, and just a fair warning, guys, it is terrible, right? Let's take a listen.
One thing I think is really funny about when you're going into college as a freshman is how feral everyone is for the first week to 2 weeks when you get there. I don't know what is in the water, but as soon as you step on campus, people lose their minds. They're breaking up with their long-term boyfriends and girlfriends. People are sneaking out of each other's dorm rooms in the middle of the night. You're like, oh, what's going on with them? You know what's going on with them. You know what they were there for, okay? It's 2 a.m. You're coming back from a party and there's people creeping out with their hair messed, okay? It's insane. And then you start to realize you have all these connections with these other people based on hookups you've had, and then it just starts to get really awkward because after this week and a half, 2 weeks goes away, you start to see these people around campus in normal environments, and relationships like platonically are beginning to form, and you realize that you have all these people you can't even talk to anymore because you had these weird freshman year experiences. But I just think it's insane because there's people who wake up in the middle of the night and their roommate is, you know, in the bed next to them, and I just think it's so bizarre how everyone collectively goes nuts and then everyone just levels out. And it's so funny because it creates these insane stories, but I think it's a core experience, and it's just something that you have to be there to see.
Have you guys seen the movie Madagascar? This woman reminds me of the little one that follows around King Julian. What's his name? Does it start with an M? Something like that. This woman talks incredibly fast, right? And I cannot understate that. Even when I have coffee and I record these videos, I know I'm really terrible and I talk quite fast a lot of the time. But this woman might have just hit a new PR here. This is amazing. And this entire little rant that she went on here is exactly why men don't want to date modern women, right? They want to go out there, they want to have their fun, they want to hook up with all of these different dudes, and then they want to turn around and say things like this woman does right here, which is that I'm sick of the games and I want a relationship, okay? And then they cry and they complain when they can't get a relationship. But what modern women fail to realize is that men don't actually have to date you if they don't want to, which is fantastic. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget to go and check out Ministry of Masculinity. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the pinned comment. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.